Namaste, angels. Let's get into the weekly. I'm still on camera. I still don't like it. Not because I mind being on camera. I like connecting with you guys in this way. I just really, it's important to me that you see the cards, and that you see how they come out, and so you know that this you're getting an authentic message that I'm not one of these people who doesn't even know the tarot that is able to pull off what's been pulled off really widely around the internet in general these days, and I guess around the world with phonies. So in any case, um, I have the okay. This is the after the tarot. You see, we're starting with the Ten of Cups. You can see a good clear image of the Ten of Cups there. Then I have one of my newer decks, and I got to be careful because I have a touchscreen laptop, and even the keys, not the screen, very, very sensitive. Like if I tap something, the camera will shut off. I have learned. Um, Page of Swords from my newer deck. I also have a card in here that's not really a card. If it comes up, for me, it means something about, I mean, I'll give you the message, but it means something about like twin flame unions or other unions that involve something that we consider like a forbidden love. Unexpected income from the Kipper cards. Angels are giving me a break this time. They're not blinding me out. All right. Community from the Twin Flame Oracle. And Ace of Cups from the Before the Tarot deck. So looking at these cards on their own. Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, unexpected income, Page of Swords, community. Shows me news of some sort of abundance. It could be actual financial abundance, particularly with it said unexpected income. Otherwise, something could be incoming that is unexpected. When it gets here, you're going to be like, oh crap, this came. And it does involve some sort of abundance. Somebody could go into labor early, just putting that out there is one of the messages that I'm getting with the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords. Somebody could become pregnant, and that's unexpected. Maybe they thought they couldn't have children or whatever, and so they're growing their community. In that sense. Memories card fell out from behind community when I said that. Um, hmm, I'm not sure. Something was coming in of a message with what that may be about, but I kind of lost it, and I'm not sure what that might be about. But it means something, obviously. Everything always means something when it happens during tarot readings. Anyway, so somebody could give birth, somebody could learn they're pregnant. We also have, I mean, the Page of Swords is about news, right? Information that's coming in. That news may be about a new job. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. Something that's going to allow you some financial freedom and, to be independent, more independent than you've been, right? It's unexpected income. It's coming in. Also, in terms of community and maybe growing a family or a community, actually behind the Ten of Cups, we have the Six of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Cups, also upright. So this is also news that makes you happy, right? Some sort of positive. Here come the angels. I spoke too soon. Can't see. Positive message that's coming in. Okay. Um, Also, somebody could be getting some sort of inheritance or something. That may be what the unexpected income is. Maybe you didn't expect to be named in the will or left anything or that there was anything left, period. But you are receiving something, whether it's money or some sort of material abundance. So some of this could have something to do with love and relationship. With the Ace of Cups, there's always possibility of something meaning reconciliation, especially since we also have the Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups. and the Six of Pentacles. So that love could potentially be, a relationship could potentially be with somebody who had previously what they call breadcrumbed you, like they given you a lot less than you gave them. The um, relationship with, or connection was imbalanced, and they want to bring balance to the connection. That's another possibility of these cards. And of course, with the Page of Cups, um, behind that Six of Pentacles, that message is further supported. Page of Cups is about some sort of emotional offer, a love offer, maybe somebody asking you out or something, or talking about reconciliation or a new relationship with the Ace of Cups. Lastly, something could be happening for a larger community that you're a part of. Whether community means what it typically means in terms of neighborhood, um, or it means something more like your family or your group of friends, or like your racial community, the Black community, the Native community, the Christian community, the Jewish community, the LGBTQIA community, the Asian community. You guys get the idea. Um, some sort of in unexpected income benefit could be coming to some sort of group or something, demographic, in terms of community. In fact, actually, I was reading a news article this morning about the Pope considering removing like the celibacy, not completely from priests, not completely, but making the celibacy the celibacy vow temporary, so they'd have to be celibate for a certain amount of time, and then they would be allowed to not be celibate anymore, if you know what I mean. So it could be something like that, some sort of news coming to a community that is going to bring them abundance. With the dice, we're starting with go for a walk, make a pizza, spend money, weekend away. That's my phone. I apologize. It waits till I start doing something like this to start blowing up. I promise you. My phone, it can be as dry as I don't know what sometimes. Anyway, we're getting eat cake. Actually, happy birthday to the last of the Pisces. Sun enters Aries tomorrow. So happy birthday to any Aries or Pisces Aries cusps as well. We got cook for each other, sex, which, depending what you're into, is potentially tied to eat cake. Hopefully everybody's over 18. If they're not, maybe they won't understand what that means. And make a pizza still. All right, that's the dice. Let's get into the cards. I mentioned new jobs as a possibility, because that's definitely a possibility too. Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, unexpected income. So maybe you've been putting out your resume. You're getting kind of down and out, like nobody's contacting me, nothing's happening, and then boom, new job, or boom, promotion, or something like that. Very unexpected. Sort of probably when you let go of the obsessive thoughts about it is why it's coming in now. Because the manifestation, whether it's relationships or job or money or whatever it is, when we're obsessive in our thoughts about the thing, we're putting out negative energy. We might not realize it, but we are. And letting that go and not obsessing and sort of going on about our lives and having faith and trust in the universe or God, whatever it is in which you believe, that they're going to bring us the results of that manifestation is what allows it to actually come in. Okay, so card most directly representing us this week is coming from the Before the Tarot, and it is the Ace of Swords. I just went straight to picking it up and putting it in front of the camera, so I don't see it before you're seeing it. We're all seeing it together. The Ace of Swords. So this is the new beginning. Okay. This is from the deck, the same deck that we had the Ace of Cups, by the way. This is a new beginning, so a fresh start in some area of our life where there was probably challenge or difficulty before. And we may still experience a little bit more turbulence, okay, a few more bumps in the road, more challenges as we get, this new beginning, it gets underway. But we are getting a fresh start nonetheless. This is also a card of victory and success, winning. It's a card of clarity. So information could be coming in. Again, we had the Page of Swords before as one of our cards. So receiving news, some sort of messages, some sort of information that is going to give us clarity on a situation. Here come the angels again. Blinding. um, all right, so that's the card most directly representing us this week. The card for our surrounding energy, so friends, family, co-workers, something happening down at your place of employment, um, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, mother, child, father, son, whatever. Those kind of our closest one-on-one relationships, like seventh house type relationships. Who is that? Is that the high priestess? Yes, it's the high priestess. And because she has a bowl full of pomegranates. Like I said, this is a pretty new deck that I was just gifted. And so I've never seen this card. Um, but pomegranates are about abundance. So here is something, this message, or at least one of the messages with this is either you or again somebody close to you knows that some abundance is coming in, right? Your intuition is telling you. And if you go ahead and believe it, you know abundance is coming in. It could be because of the new moon in Aries, which is in 2 days. So like for example, for an actual Aries, it's going to be in your first house of self and self-expression. So you may be putting yourself out there, making things clear with people, you know. And Aries, they're not, they're not afraid to defend themselves. So that could be what's going on. Um, Aries, Taurus. I'm not going to do the whole zodiac, but just to give you a few examples, Taurus may be um, like something happening going on with your subconscious. So maybe information or thoughts and ideas and things that are trapped in your subconscious may be coming more to the forefront of your actual consciousness and or reality with this new moon, and or could be something happening with income, your second house of earned income. So maybe directly tied to your work or some sort of effort that you're putting out there is why the abundance is coming in. And you may be getting, messages, hints about it, and no, because your intuition is telling you that something's happening, something's coming in, something's changing, for the better. Gemini could involve communication and or community, friends, groups of things, of people, and around us and stuff like that. So check out what house in which this new moon is going to be in for yourself, and that will give you some greater clarity as to what this means. But the High Priestess is a card of intuition, and often you have to make a decision too. So you may have to make some sort of choice, and it's like while you're making that decision, you may need to go into some sort of seclusion and, sort of like the hermit, figure things out for yourself. Don't share your plans, don't share what it is you're thinking. Um, and maybe unless you want to make an announcement about your success, do it after the plans have been set in motion and you are indeed already successful. This high priestess is going to use, you see how she has gray hair, right? She's older and wiser than many of us. And she's using that wisdom. She's using her tremendous psychic awareness and abilities, her intuition. She's got some street smarts, too, under her belt. She's surrounded by books. So she's got information she could do research to, and she's going to use any and everything at her disposal to, make the most informed decision that she can make. And then again, she's going to keep that, to herself until it actually is happening or has happened. That's surrounding energy. Also, there could be something involving a relationship, like I said, forbidden love. Um, Maybe she's Maybe there's an older woman and a younger man or woman, a younger person with which they're involved, or different religions, different races. There goes the lights. I don't know if you guys can see me, but it just got really dark for me. Now it's getting brighter again. They're playing around. Um, anyway, now they made me forget what I'm up to. Okay, work and finance. Some of us may be leaving our job or leaving behind some situation tied to our work and or finances. Maybe leaving behind, the challenges, leaving behind being broke. Also, you see there's a man here walking away from this woman. She's there left with the cup. This could be about divorce for somebody. And he's got a wand. So he may not be taking, a cup full of emotions or a cup full of money or abundance or whatever. But he's got a wand, one staff, right? Like the ace of wands. So he's going to have a new beginning nonetheless. And she's, got whatever's in there. Work and finance. Love and relationship. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. Okay, this is an offer. This is an action-oriented offer. So this could be a proposal of some sort. Not necessarily marriage, but that's possible. Could be a proposal of commitment, proposal of let's get to know each other, proposal of let's go out on a date. And, you know, maybe this is tied to forbidden love or actions also. It could be the woman or the feminine who is making the offer to the masculine. You see, this woman is handing, it could be the woman from the last cup, from the last card, right? She had long brown hair too. Long brown hair. She's got a cup. This woman here with long brown hair is handing her said cup to this gentleman, to this knight. He's covered in fish. Maybe he's a Pisces. Sun, moon, rising. Of course, the Knight of Cups is a court card, and it can be, it can be anybody, but more specific to the water signs, it can be any of the water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I just noticed all the fish on this guy's coat. So that says to me he's a Pisces. Love and relationship. We're going to get more into all of these in a second. Physical health. Oh, somebody's in reverse. Who is this that's in reverse? It is Justice. Major Arcana card Justice. This is the way it looks when it's right side up. And it looks kind of like a doctor talking to two people about growth. Right? Justice is about balance. It's Venus, so it can also be about fertility. Look, we see right there. This appeared to be a statue of the goddess of justice. Her name begins with a T. I forget what it is though. Anyway, he looks kind of like a doctor or a therapist or something, and he's talking to this couple. But with all the growth, the plant there, the plant there, there's a lot of green in the picture. I'm just getting like fertility. Somebody could be having a fertility issue specifically because it is in reverse. Like I said, we'll get more into the actual meaning of justice in terms of physical health in a minute. Last but not least, spiritual health. The Two of Wands reversed. Like, I thought I saw something. You guys see anything? Thought I saw something that I'm not used to seeing. Okay, as I said, the Ace of Swords involves a new beginning a lot of the time. Okay, it could be on several different fronts, several different aspects of your life. We can be having a new beginning. That new beginning is often following some sort of challenge. Um, yeah, challenge, difficulties, obstacles that you had to overcome. And sometimes it's having something to do with separation. So, in the example that I just made about the potential divorce that somebody is going on with, what was that? Oh, that could be with the Justice card too. I didn't think of that. I'm looking at the Justice in reverse. I said somebody's talking to them. Maybe it's a divorce attorney also. Um, it was the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Cups and something else having to do with brown hair, right? Oh, the Eight of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Um, so somebody could be, like I said, walking away from one situation, one relationship, and maybe entering another, or considering another, making proposal, or maybe they've been separated a while or divorced for a while, and now they're asking somebody out, or somebody's asking them out, and they're starting something new. In the case of a job, still. The Ace of Swords often has to do with some sort of separation. So maybe you quit your previous job, or you were laid off from your previous job. There's a lot of that going around the world, which I warned you guys of beginning like last year. I still hope it's not happening to you, but we know that it's happening to a lot of people. Um, Maybe you were fired from your last job. Maybe something went on with the company, went out of business or whatever. So there's a separation from work. Maybe God forbid you were hurt, and you had to take time off for illness or maternity leave or something. And so now you're getting back out there. Okay. Following the separation, here is this new beginning. Like I said, it may get off to a rocky start, but it's the beginning nonetheless, and it will get better. Right? This is, and we're asked, despite all those things, the challenges and the separation we went through, how hurtful that may have been, the pain that came with it, um, that causes fear and anxiety. But the Ace of Swords also encourages you to, like, don't worry about that. Let go of any fear, let go of any anxiety, sort of like the Fool, and just get back out there and do this thing. Because again, this is a victory for you. Let me let you see the card a little closer. See the crown, see um the wreath, right? That's a sign of victory. What was the next card? The High Priestess, right? Card number two was Major Arcana card number two. So, with the High Priestess. Oh, look at that. You see, there's a bunch of little hearts up there too. Like I said, I'm not really familiar with these cards yet. Um, so speaking of love and the High Priestess, this people could really be like literally be throwing themselves at you this week, especially if you're a woman or a feminine. In the tarot, traditional tarot, the way it's taught, um, it does use the term woman, especially if you're a woman. People could be throwing themselves at you, but I'm going to use the archetype and say feminine, similar to the Empress. How you're like highly attractive, with the Empress. Also, this could be about separation. What are you guys doing? You see how I just lit up? And what is that? Who is that? Welcome. Come on in. Get in the camera. I'm sorry. What was I saying? Similar to the Empress. Oh, and also separation. So we've been talking about separation with a lot of these different cards. This card also tends to mean something about separation for me. When even ghosting, like this woman was left to her own devices. Often because the masculine didn't feel like he deserved her, like he measured up to her, like he was her equal. So whether that's because she was older, or because she had more money, or because she's wiser, or because she's more psychic, or all of the above, didn't really feel deserving, didn't really feel like an equal. And that may be tied to the Six of Pentacles that we saw before too. Remember, I said the Six of Pentacles is like imbalance. Maybe he feels, for those for whom that is the case, maybe he feels like he's coming into balance now. So this is again your surrounding energy. This could be actually you, and some people could be highly attracted to you, or the other way around. You could find yourself very much attracted to somebody this week. Like I was going through something this week, not going through something, but I just had a particular feeling and way about me the past couple of days, and I said it's very Queen of Swords, and it is sort of like I'm just ready to move forward, and I don't like anything or even anyone, um, you know. no hard feeling. Doesn't mean I don't love you or love it in the case of a thing, but I just feel like, saying, inviting people, things, experiences along with me. I'd love for you to join me. I'd love for you to come. But if you're not going to, I'm still going to continue to move forward. And in true Queen of Swords form, I'm just going to let go of those things that have been holding me back from moving forward. So when I made this post on my Facebook, I said, I don't know what the astrology is, but that's what I connected it to. I said, there must be something going on. Sure enough, one of my viewers, friends, clients, Claire, she responded like, yes, oh, Mars is still in Gemini. I remember last week's reading. I wasn't sure. I'm like, is Mars still in Gemini? Apparently, the last day for which this reading is, which is March 25th, it goes into Cancer. So Mars will finally be leaving Gemini, but right now it's still there and is no longer retrograde. So I'm sure that's what I've been feeling. But she also said something about Aquarius, and my chart is pretty much all Aquarius and Gemini Sun, Aquarius Moon, and then I have like four placements each additional of Gemini and Aquarius. And then on top of that, the only other thing pretty much in my chart is this big chunk of Virgo, because I'm a Virgo rising, and this big chunk of Scorpio, because I'm a Jupiter in Scorpio. And aside from that, it's pretty much Gemini and Aquarius. So that explained to me, I say all this to say that explained to me what was going on with me and my feelings. Um, and I think it's a good way to sort of like track ourselves. Like, you feel yourself, in a particular energy or with particular emotions. You may want to look into like, why am I know women do it all the time, right? Because it's like, is this because I'm kind of, however you get when it's time for your period. This is also what's going on with the moon, what's going on with the planets, why am I behaving this way, before you go off or before you take some sort of action that you maybe otherwise wouldn't have taken. Checking your astrology, checking in with an actual real psychic intuitive tarot reader and not just any Joe Blow on the internet. All right, let's get back into what we were talking about. So that is the high priestess. um, Somebody could be even coming out of separation to enter one of these forbidden love type relationships, whether whatever your differences were. um, Again, if it just felt like you weren't on the same level, maybe masculine has leveled up and that's why he's going to be coming in as the Knight of Cups and making some sort of proposal to you. If it is because, again, different race, different culture, different religious background, different financial classes, whatever it is, either somebody has come up and you're both in the same level now with this abundance here that's in this bowl, um, and or you're deciding that it doesn't matter, all right, that you don't have the same amount of money, that you can still move forward together as a couple. And again, with the Ace of Swords, it may not be paradise immediately. There may be some stuff that you guys have to work on. You have to put some effort into. Um, but I'd say not much. It's not going to be like a bunch of hard work because the Six of Pentacles represents an energy of abundance that comes in without you even having to do anything. Actually, it's just something like it fell out of the sky. You got this blessing. Um, I'm looking for the other card here. There you go. Got it. I couldn't remember what the next card was. I'm sorry. It is um the Eight of Cups. Upright for work and finance. All right. So as I mentioned before, you may be wanting to leave your work. Okay. Did I mention that before? I remember talking about divorce when I focused on this guy, but yeah, in general, this could be you may want to leave your work, or for some reason your current work, job, whatever is like no longer like appropriate for you, or you're feeling very bored and unappreciated or underappreciated, or like you're not recognized, like you're not moving forward. Like how I was saying, I don't want to wait anymore. Like I need like forward movement right now in my life. Um, that could be what's happening with maybe a couple or people who are tied. Doesn't have to be a romantic couple. It could be friends, it could be family members, but they may need to go their separate ways. And at least for now, because one wants to move forward and one wants to stay where they are. But generally, traditional tarot, it is about like wanting to leave your work or something. And even with regard to finances specifically, it tends to be like your work or yeah, your work or business or whatever it is, however you make your money. Like you just want to change that so badly, but you've been maybe hanging on to it because of like whatever your sort of financial situation is and how, like I said, however you get your money, even if it's from a provider. I'm sorry about all the notifications and stuff. Um, like so maybe that's what's made you hesitant to move on. It's like this person provides for me, or this job provides for me, or this job gives me something like, like life insurance or health insurance, things that are so important, in this world for so many of us. And, but you're not getting any other benefits or, God, why am I like at a loss for words? Like you don't feel fulfilled in any other way by this source of income, but for the fact that you get like a paycheck, similar to how I feel about the Four of Pentacles, right? And so this card can be saying like, really, right now, despite that thing that you get or those things that you get, you need to go. Maybe you can't afford to go right now because you do need your health insurance or you do need your life insurance or whatever it is. You do need a paycheck to get you the next week or next month or whatever. So maybe you can't go this very second, but with some sort of planning, foresight, um, you can and you should. And again, it will be successful because Ace of Swords. So it may not be easy, and even the separation part may not be easy for you to do. There could be fear involved. What's going to happen if I leave my man? What's going to happen if I leave my woman? What's going to happen if I leave my job? Right? My bank account's going to be empty. Oh no. But the universe is asking you, encouraging you to put those fears aside and to make a move anyway. Um, Love and relationships. Knight of Cups, right? So the Knight of Cups. I want to make sure you can see the details in the card. If you're single, and by single I mean not committed, doesn't mean that you don't have anybody, a love interest, or nobody has you in mind. But if you're not committed, then this can be one of the sweep you off your feet cards. So somebody could be coming in and truly sweeping you off your feet this week, which would make sense with the other cards we've seen as well. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, Ten of Cups, the Page of Cups, Six of Pentacles. I mean, it just sounds like a really beautiful connection, um, if that is the case. The High Priestess, right? Um, if you are already in a committed relationship, however, it's still a very positive card and can talk about next level and even final commitments, and like things like marriage. So there could be some getting some marriage or wedding proposals this week, or again, a proposal to step up the relationship. So, if you're considering yourself paired because you're in a situationship, you're not in a traditional relationship, then maybe there's a proposal this week that comes to you about getting into an actual traditional relationship. If you are already in a traditional relationship, whatever the next level is, you're already dating, then maybe you become exclusive. You're already exclusive, then maybe you become engaged. You're already engaged, then maybe you say, let's, run off and get married. Let's go down to the justice. the justice of the peace, and go ahead and get married, right? So if you are experiencing some sort of health challenges, which can even include, I mean, we may not think about it as a physical health challenge, but it can even include something like separation or divorce, right? Because if that, if the anxiety is attached to that, and maybe even depression attached to that, is affecting you in physical ways, heart palpitations, right? High blood pressure, cortisol, making your belly big, all kinds of things that can happen. Um, then it is affecting your physical health as well. Okay, so this is a good time if you are experiencing some sort of health issue or challenge, or you feel as if you are, to get some advice, like these people in this card are, from somebody more equipped, more qualified in the area than yourself. And this can involve all types of healers. So, I mean, definitely, if you're feeling that you have a physical illness or something, or um, some sort of issue, go to a doctor, an MD first. But yeah, a therapist might be able to help you in this kind of area. A lawyer may be able to help you in this kind of area. Some other type of healer, right? It doesn't have to be traditional Western medicine. It can be Eastern medicine, Asian medicine, as they say too, and maybe some, a psychic, a tarot reader, a Reiki practitioner, some other sort of energy healer or something, whatever, yoga, right? Somebody that works with meditation or hypnosis or other types of healing, acupuncture. I could go on and on, right? Massage. Massage can be very healing. Look into other things. This is a really good time to do that and to get that advice. First and foremost, to get advice from people who are more qualified in the area, more knowledgeable about the area in which you're having difficulty than yourself. It's also a card of just balance. It's warning us of moderation. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Because I posted the other day about a man that's drinking too much, a masculine. I'm sure it's not just one, because I was made to post this on my Facebook. What is that? Did you see that? Or was that just for me? They're so entertaining. They really are. Um, it's today's the feast of Saint Joseph. I don't know why I was meaning to tell you that just now. I don't know if that was him or connected to him. But yeah, today is March 19th, the feast of Saint Joseph. Anyway, shout out to all the fathers, like real ones. Um, don't have to be biological, stepfathers and adopted fathers, foster fathers that are actually fathering, right? That are not just daddies or zaddies, that are actually fathering. Shout out to all of you on this feast day of Saint Joseph. Now, what else was I saying? I was talking about health. I think I was talking about health. Maybe I'm done. Sorry, that little angel, little fairy that seemed to pass by threw me for a loop. Last but not least, Two of Wands in reverse for spiritual health. This may sound a little contradictory to what I just said about talking to healers, but this card in this placement means that some sort of spiritual leader or somebody that you're dealing with may get like ahead of themselves. They may try to like dominate you, um, and like do your thinking for you and tell you what to do. And this card is showing up to say this is a time for you to think for yourself. Maybe more like the high priestess. Take information. If somebody is a genuine, a legitimate spiritual healer and advisor to you, take what they have to say, but don't just follow it because they say it. Take it and weigh it and consider it the same way you're weighing, like I said, your street smarts, your own intuition, um, common sense, right? Books, research, knowledge. Take it all, consider it all, whatever you have available to you. Weigh your options based on that information, and make your best informed decision, not what somebody else is telling you to do or thinks is best for you. This is your so also heart, soul. What are my insides telling me? Gut feelings, the butterflies in my stomach, all that kind of stuff. What do they want me to do? That's what you do. And that may be what brings a forbidden love couple together in terms of spiritual. Like I said, they may be usually the forbidden love or twin flame. The twin flame dynamic tends to have some sort of forbidden love aspect to it. Often the female and the feminine is a lot older than the masculine, like maybe even like 10 years um, difference. Okay. Or maybe one is married and one is single. Maybe they're both married. There's some kind of forbidden love. There are different religions, there are different backgrounds and different races. And so there are people who try to stand in it, people and things. Um, Even the things are often orchestrated by people. They do all kinds of stuff to put blocks in your way to prevent you from coming together, even if it's just to tell you it's not right based on your religion, or it's not right based on the way you were raised, your culture, whatever, for you to be in this relationship. But your heart and your soul are telling you you need to be in that relationship anyway. This is a week to listen to that and to not these people, right? To not listen to these people, to not listen to these rules, to not listen to society, but to um, do what it's in you to do. And that's it. That's what I have for you this week. Now, without those cards, I'm going to get us a couple of advice cards. Beginning with the tarot deck, with this one. And this is the Modern Love Tarot, by the way, if anybody would like to get it for themselves. The Modern Love Tarot. Just, okay, I was going to say, Spirit, if we can just get one message, that'll be enough. Um, and we got just that. Got one message. It is Death. Isn't this a beautiful Death card? I really like the images on this card. And I see like an 1111 here too, right? There's two candles here, there's two candles there. So I'm getting divine union, twin flame, soulmate. Also with the butterflies, I'm getting, metamorphosis, a change, a transition in what you're used to. So what you were previously used to happening, because that could be what it's about too. Sometimes the hesitance to enter a new situation or relationship can be because you experienced something in the past that you know that didn't go perfectly, and so I don't want to go through that again. This is going to be completely different. Whatever that experience was is dead. That's what's dying. And what the butterflies signify is, butterfly starts out as a worm or caterpillar. Caterpillar goes into a cocoon and emerges as a butterfly. The caterpillar is gone. There is no more caterpillar, not even a remnant of caterpillar. This is a completely new species now that we've emerged as. And that's what's going to be happening in people's lives. I will mention the next card after I did that shuffling in my hand. If I was going to pick a card off the top of the deck, it would be the card that I spoke of in the beginning, that I said it's not really a card. And that's why I said that. This is the back of it. It's just like a message from the author. It's not really a card, but it has this message on the front, and it just made me think about forbidden love. It says, love is beautiful in all its forms. So whether that's man on man, woman on woman, older person on younger person, as long as they're legal and, they're legal adults, um, like I said, different religions, different races, whatever it is, black on white, white on, black, whatever. All love is beautiful. Love is beautiful in all its forms. Also, human, connections and relationship aren't the only forms of love. Love is representative of abundance and blessings. And so, in all the many forms of that, love is beautiful too. Things coming your way that have nothing to do with a relationship, maybe. Self love also is beautiful. Again, love is beautiful in all its forms. That's from that deck. And Death, from the Kipper cards. Oops. So imprisonment in reverse just fell out. This is what it looks like upright. There actually are no reversals in this deck, but um, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna look at it like this, right? There was a key. Somebody was locked up, and this is being unlocked. Okay, they're being unimprisoned. I think there's a new TV show called Unimprisoned with what's the name from Scandal and Delroy Lindo, who I love. I adore him. Um, and I think just in watching like the previews, that is something about like breaking out of your usual. Let's say you usually chase after a particular person, right? Runner chaser, who's clearly not that into you because they keep running away. This is about rather than chasing down somebody who's not interested in you, giving somebody who is interested in you a chance. And that may be the forbidden love too. So maybe that's what's happening for some people. For other people, this could be very literal. Somebody could be getting out of jail. Also, somebody who was like overthinking and in a prison of their own mind and stuff. They're ceasing to do that this week. Okay. All right. So that one fell out by itself. We'll see if we can get one more from here. One. There we go. One. It is despair, also in reverse. So somebody who had been sitting around with their head in their lap and very upset, they are no more. I know what I was talking to you all about before. The man that was drinking too much. It just reminded me because the right distant horizons on the bottom of the deck with that. Did I show? Look at the bottom of the deck with the other deck. Ooh, it's strength. What a beautiful strength card too. Some party of three could be ending. Right, the strength to end that, to walk away from that. Um, yeah. So somebody was drinking too much and and it came to me first as a vision of card. It's either from the before the tarot or after. I think it's after the tarot. The guy's at the Four of Cups guy. He's actually drinking from one of the cups, and I had this vision of that guy drinking the cup, and I heard he's drinking a lot, like he's way too much, and I had to post about it because I felt like it was connected to the divine masculine. So not just one, but several are drinking too much, or maybe using some drugs, um, or maybe some other sort of addiction. They're becoming just overwhelmed by it. And I said that some were going to break out of that, who were experiencing it. They were going to realize, like, what the hell am I doing? And so that could be also why the despair is in reverse. Okay, last advice card. Oh, this is kind of too many, but all right, fall at the bottom of the deck. Hopefully, maybe something happened in fall that caused a rift, a separation, a problem, or that set you on this path of beginning to look at something differently, a change in your perception. So fall says changes in the air, your answers will arrive in autumn. Um, and maybe that's true for some, but I'm feeling more like it was the past autumn that we already experienced where something occurred. And then we have perception, red flags, delusion, perspective, see through your own false beliefs. So in autumn, right? Because now this is winter and winter ends in 2 days, 21st. Maybe in autumn, something occurred, again, like I said, to get you to change your perspective, to set you on a new path, a new way of thinking. And now, having been working on that and healing in that way through winter, maybe right on time for spring, your perception will have changed. And that's why this week, there'll be some sort of change in you, right? The death card is a transition, it's a change, never going to be the same way again, brand new. and ready for new beginnings and new and fresh starts. Those new beginnings and fresh starts may have something to do with a karmic partner. Conventional relationship, duty bound by societal conventions. Like you feel like you are in this situation because you kind of have to be, because that's what the rules say to do. So I just talked about this. Nixing the rules, not paying attention to the rules. You are not bound by societal convention. You're not bound by anything. You are a free being, a sovereign being to do what you want. Denial is one of the other cards that fell out. And maybe you were previously in denial about that fact, about the fact that you're a sovereign being and can do whatever you want. And you thought that you were bound. You thought that you were imprisoned. And you're realizing now that you are not. And you can do what you want. Repressed emotions, rejection, unable to see below the surface, right? So there was a prison of the mind before. We were unable to think this thing through. But with a change of perspective, we can look at it differently and think it through in a different way. Lastly, blessings. Okay? Protection, attention, love. Your guides are always with you. Mine certainly are always with me, as you've seen today. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed the message, that you find it helpful during your week. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate it. I will be back with, I got to do some client readings. I got to do one in particular. I'll definitely be back with that today, tomorrow at the latest. It's ridiculous at this point. And the moon reading, also the 21st. So isn't that something too? The new moon in Aries occurs the same day as the winter solstice and the end of fall. So I'm saying you can find out your answers in fall. The end of winter. The winter solstice and the end of fall. What the hell was that? Never mind. Namaste.